and let 7 times or 7 years pass over him. Verse 25 says about the king, thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomever he will. If you read the whole chapter, you generation. And so, because King Nebuchadnezzar's heart was changed, and he was given the heart of a beast, he started crawling around and acting like a beast. After 7 years, King Nebuchadnezzar said that his understanding came back to him, and he started thinking and acting like a man again. Of course, he most likely regained his manly heart and also began to stand upright once again. So now, remember in the book of Jeremiah and in the book of Habakkuk, God describes Babylon as a beast. He describes Babylon as a lion and also describes Babylon as an eagle. Go back to Daniel 7. What does it say about the first beast? Again, Daniel 7 and verse 4. The first beast was like Nebuchadnezzar, who represents the kingdom of Babylon, starts crawling around and acting like a beast because he was given the heart of a beast. And then after 7 years has passed, he stands upright like a man, meaning his heart then was changed back into a man's heart. In Daniel 7, the first beast, interesting. So according to the Bible, this first beast of Daniel 7, the lion with eagle's wings, is none other than the kingdom of Babylon. So again, we have a starting point. The evidence is there. This prophecy of Daniel 7 is the same prophecy of Daniel 2, only this time God uses beasts, and we are going to see that he's going to give us more details when it comes to the fourth kingdom. So let's do a little bit of a recap. In Daniel 2, the head of gold was Babylon. The chest and arms of silver was Medo-Persia. The belly and thighs of bronze was Greece. The legs of iron was Rome. The feet and 10 toes of iron and clay was Rome, divided in 2 and then further divided by 10 tribes, 3 of which are now extinct. In Daniel 7, we again have 4 kingdoms. The lion and eagle's wings was Babylon. If the lion with eagle's wings was Babylon, who then was the bear? None other than Medo-Persia. The leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings comes after the bear, so then it would be Greece. And then that diverse beast that comes after the leopard must be Rome. Then verse 20 says that out of the 4th kingdom, out of this 4th beast, which was Rome, arose 10 horns, 3 of which were uprooted by the little horn. Very, very interesting. The question now is, who is this little horn? Fortunately for us, the Bible in Daniel 7 gives us descriptions of this little horn's characteristics. All we have to do is study those characteristics and compare them with the influential powers of the world, and we will know by process of elimination who this little horn entity is. But before we do all that, we must first define a few symbols. What is a beast a symbol of in Bible prophecy? Daniel 7 and verse 17, talking about these prophetic beasts, says that these great beasts, which are 4 kings which shall rise out of the earth. Again, we know that king and kingdom are used synonymously in Bible prophecy, because you cannot have a king without a kingdom, nor can you have a kingdom without a king. Daniel 7 and verse 23, again talking about the prophetic beasts, says the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth. So a beast in Bible prophecy is a symbol for a political power, a kingdom, a nation, or a superpower. What is a horn a symbol of in Bible prophecy? Daniel 7 and verse 24, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. Again, a horn in Bible prophecy is a symbol for a king or a kingdom. Habakkuk 3 verses 3 and 4, talking about God. His brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was definition of blasphemy. In John 10, Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews round about him, and said unto him, How long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly. Then Jesus says, I and my Father are one. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, Many good works have I showed you from my Father. For which of those works do ye stone me? The Jews answered him, saying, For a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. So blasphemy definition number 1 is when a man claims to be God on earth. In Mark 2, Jesus meets a man who was sick with a palsy, and Jesus says to the man in verse 5, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. In verses 6 and 7, there were certain of the scribes sitting there and reasoning in their hearts, Why doth this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only? So, blasphemy definition number 2 is when a man claims to have the power to forgive sin. So the two Bible definitions of blasphemy is when a man claims to be God on earth and when a man claims to have the power to forgive sin. But for Jesus Christ, this is not a problem because he himself is God. Daniel 7 says about the little horn that he will reign for a time and times and the dividing of time. A time in the Bible is a year. Times, that's 2 years, and the dividing of time is half a year. So that's 3.5 years that the little horn will reign. 3.5 years is 42 months, and in the Hebrew calendar, there are only 30 days per month. So 42 months, 30 days each month is 1,260 days. But what is a day a symbol of in Bible prophecy? In Ezekiel 4, God makes a prophecy. He says to Ezekiel, Lie thou also upon thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it. According to the number of days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity. For I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of days, 390 days. So shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. And when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year. So God says that in prophecy, each day equals to a year. In Numbers 14 and verse 34, after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. So again, God makes a prophecy. He says, you guys will search the land for 40 days. The only thing is that they did not search the land 40 days. They were there for 40 years. God appointed each day for a year. A day in prophecy equals a literal year. In Luke 13, Jesus used the same principle. Verses 31 and 32 says, The same day there came certain of the Pharisees, saying unto him, Get thee out and depart hence, for Herod will kill thee. And he said unto them, Go ye and tell that fox, Behold, I cast out devils, and I do cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I shall be perfected. See, this was at the beginning of Jesus' ministry. He said he will cast out devils and cure people for 3 more days, and then he will be perfected on the third day. The only thing is, he did not cast out devils and cure people 3 more days. He did it for 3 more years, and then at the end, he was on the cross saying, It is finished. It is complete. It is perfected. So a day in Bible prophecy equals to a year, literally. So time times and the dividing of time would be 3.5 years, or 42 months, or 1260 days in prophecy, which means 1260 literal years. So now that we know the keys and the definition of these prophetic symbols, let's now identify who the little horn is by its characteristics. Daniel 7 and verse 8. I considered the horns, the 10 horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. What is a horn a symbol of in Bible prophecy? A kingdom. And verse 8 says that this will be a little horn, meaning it'll be a little kingdom. So characteristic number 1, it will be a little kingdom. Verse 8 also says that it will come from amongst the 10 horns of divided Rome, which today is called Europe. So characteristic number 2, this little kingdom will come up amongst the 10 other tribal kingdoms in divided Rome or Europe. Verse 24 says, and the 10 horns out of this, Daniel 7 and verse 8 also says that this little horn will pluck up 3 horns. So this little kingdom will uproot 3 of those 10 tribal kingdoms that divided Rome. That is characteristic number 4. Daniel 7 and verse 24 says that this little kingdom will be diverse. So characteristic number 5, the little kingdom will be diverse. In verse 8, again, Daniel says that this little horn will have a man as a figurehead. Verse 25 says that this little horn will speak great words against the Most High. Now, the word that Daniel used for great is the Hebrew word that means domineering. It means to boast or to be arrogant against the Most High. It means to blaspheme the Most High. Now remember the 2 Bible definitions of blasphemy. For a man to claim to be God on earth, and for a man to claim to have the power to forgive sin. The little kingdom will blaspheme God. He will claim to be God on earth, and he will claim to have the power to forgive sin. Daniel 7 verses 21 and 25 says that this little kingdom, this little horn, will wear out the saints and make war with God's people. That is characteristic number 8. Verse 25 says that this little horn will think to change time and laws. Now, is this talking about the times and laws of America or Europe? No, because the only times and laws that the Bible recognizes are the prophetic times of God given by the Bible and the laws of God. So characteristic number 9, this little kingdom, this little horn, will think to change the prophetic time of God and the law of God. Verse 25 says that he will rule over the saints for a times, and the dividing of time. Now remember, a times, and the dividing of time is 3.5 years, which is 42 months, which is also 1260 days. But remember, a day in Bible prophecy is equal to a literal year. So this little kingdom, this little horn, will reign for 1260 years. So again, here are the 10 characteristics of this little horn. Number 1, it will be a little kingdom. Number 2, it will come from among the 10 kingdoms of divided Rome, which today is called Europe. Number 3, it has to come up after Rome was divided, which is after AD 476. Number 4, it will uproot 3 of those 10 tribal kingdoms that divided Rome. Number 5, it will be a diverse kingdom. It will be a very different kingdom than the kingdoms in the past. Number 6, it will have a man as a figurehead. Number 7, it will speak blasphemy against God. That means he will claim to be God on earth, and he will claim to have the power to forgive sin. Number 8, he will wear out the saints and make war with God's people. Number 9, he will think to change the prophetic times and the laws of God. And number 10, he will reign for 1260 years. So, who could this little horn be? Who could this Antichrist power be? So then, who is the little horn? It is none other than the papacy. Let's apply the papacy through the 10 characteristics given by Daniel 7. Number 1. The military protection of Belisarius. The Vatican established its power and its authority in AD 538, which was shortly after year AD 476. Did the papacy pluck up 3 of those 10 tribes that divided Rome? The Vandals, the Heruli, and the Ostrogoths were 3 of the 10 tribes that divided Rome. They denied the teachings of the Church of Rome, and so what the Bishop of Rome did is he called upon Justinian to get rid of those 3 tribes. And sure enough, the Vandals, the Heruli, and the Ostrogoths are now extinct. No modern day descendants whatsoever. Number 5. Is it a diverse kingdom? The answer is yes. This kingdom is a union of church and state.